Hi, Elf Volunteers. It's Dana again. This is Center 1 on the Earth and Sky, Weather and Water. This one is mainly about clouds. So there are a couple different things that you can do, and I tried to divide these up and write on each what they are. There are a lot in this one because I tried to divide them in a way so each manila folder is easy for you to figure out what's in there, because there's a lot of information on clouds. You don't have to use it all. But this one is all about different clouds. There are cloud maps you can go through. This is a cloud map activity. There are facts about clouds. There are pictures of different clouds. You can see on the back there's 1, 2, 3, 4, A and B, and they're hard to see because they're in black and white, but you can see there's the United States on there, and then the clouds are moving. So you talk about how they're moving and maybe work with the kids and try and see if they can put them in order. Obviously for the younger kids, they'll need a little more help than the older kids. So that's kind of to get you started talking about clouds and how that works and how they kind of move along, some background for the kids. And then you talk about the jet stream, how it moves, and then that's where you use 1 through 5, and it shows how it kind of moves a little bit. Unfortunately, not the greatest pictures, but just for them to just get a little bit of understanding of that. Then we have a fun experiment. It's called Cloud in a Bottle. And so first I forgot to tell you, there is for your center and center 2 and 4, you guys will share this hot water carafe. And so you'll fill it up to the fill line, and then you will plug it in, and then you put it on there, and then you just push this button down for it to heat, and it will heat and boil. Be careful, make sure, I would start it like during the intro while someone's doing the intro, if you can. And then you probably will have to refill it because you're sharing it with a couple other groups. So someone will have to be kind of, and someone needs to be somewhat near it to make sure the kids are not touching it. So make sure that's an adult use only. And so for this one, you will, I will put a cup in there so you can use it like a measuring cup. But what you will do is you will take the hot water, and it's going to be really hot on this plastic bottle. So I have put an oven mitt in there for you to like kind of hold it, because even when you pour it to this line, and I've marked a line on there, and I will try and put tape on there so it stays in case of water spills, but be really careful to just fill it, get it in the bottle. And you can already see there's still I've done this, did this experiment with the kids, my kids, there's still stuff in there. So fill it up to this line, and then you cap it really quickly to keep the water in there, and then you can shake it and kind of see how it distributes the water and talk with the kids about it. So this is really, really hot, so do not let the kids touch it. I want you, the adults, to please be in charge of holding on to this since it's so hot. And then you are going to take a match, light it, and then put it in there, and sorry, and then shut the bottle. And that's ash. That's supposed to show ash. You only just do one. Light it. Let it for like 2 seconds burn. So stick it in, shut it, and obviously the water will put it out. So then what you're going to do is you're going to push on the bottle. It's hard. I'm gonna have an extra bottle just in case, because we're using this so many times. So that way, hopefully, if it does get a little melted, but it's a pretty hard bottle, so you kind of push it, and they can watch how the clouds kind of start forming. And then, so you talk about all the ingredients in clouds, and then at the end, you can unscrew the cap, and then the cloud will escape. You might have to like help it and push it up, and then it escapes. It's pretty cool. So, so that's one, and then you kind of talk about why that happened and that kind of stuff. So that's a neat experiment. I did it with my kids, and they thought it was cool. And then you just, obviously for the next one, you redo this for each rotation. And then the other item is, and then there are some things in here about cold fronts and things like that. And then the other item are these cotton ball, a craft kind of. There's blue paper in there. The paper's not as large, so it's gonna be a little smaller, but you're gonna divide it into 4 quadrants and make different clouds. There are cotton balls in there for everyone to make them. And then these are examples. There are 2 examples, so that should be really helpful for you to kind of see the different types of clouds. And then talk about the different types of clouds. There are a couple different ones, and they'll have learned those through the puppet show as well. The cumulus, stratus, and cirrus. So talk about that and teach them a little bit about clouds. If you have extra time, you can talk about how they move and if there are clouds in the air, and what clouds they saw, and talk about how there are different shapes, things like that. So that is Center 1. Thanks.